Today we are going to talk about Srila Prabhupada's pastimes. So we glorify the Acharya. The song written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Very wonderful meaning is there. O he Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara Idase Koruna Kori. O he Dayara O he Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara Edase Koruna Kori Dayarasa Nakori Diya Pad Chaya Shodhe Amaya Diya Pad Chaya Maya Diya Pad Chaya Shodhe Amaya या तुम्हारा चरण धोरी तुम्हारा चरण धोरी तू ओहे वैष्णव ठाकुरा दयर सागर एदासे करुणा कोरी Edase ko Chaya Vegadomi Chaya Dosha Shodhi Chaya Gunade Hodase Chaya Gunade Hodase. This describing the nectar of instruction, verse 1, 2, 3, 4. Chaya Vegadomi, Chaya Dosha Shodhi, Chaya Guna Dehodase. Chaya Guna Dehodase. Chaya Satu Sangha Dehoe Amare Chaya. अरे छाया सत्संगा देहो ये आमारे अरे बोसे ची संगेरा आसे बोसे ची संगेरा आसे बोस ओहे वैष्णव ठाकुरा दयर सागरा एदासे करुणा कोरी एदासे करुणा कोरी एकाकी आमारा नहीं पाया बाला हरिनामा संकीर्तने एकाकी हरिनामा एकाकी आमारा नहीं पाया बला हरिनामा संकीर्तने हरिनामा संकीर्तने तुम्ही कृपा कोरी श्रद्धा बिंदु दिया दिया तुम्ही कृपा कोरी श्रद्धा बिंदु दिया या देहो कृष्णा नाम धाने देहो कृष्णा नाम धाने ओहे वैष्णव ठाकुरा दयर सागरा एदासे करुणा कोरी रे। कृष्णा से तुम्हारा कृष्णा जीते पारो, तुम्हारा शक्ति आचे। कृष्णा से तो आचे, कृष्णा से तुम्हारा कृष्णा जीते पारो, तुम्हारा शक्ति आचे। तुम्हारे आचे। अमित तो कंगाला कृष्णा कृष्णा बोली, अमित कृष्णा कृष्णा बोली, अमित तो कंगाला कृष्णा कृष्णा बोली। बोली धाई तब पाचे पाचे, धाई धाई तब पाचे पाचे। ओए वैष्णव ठाकुरा दयर सागर, एदासे करुणा कोरी। दयरा सागर एदासे कोरी। दिया पद छाया सोदे आमाया, दिया सोदे आमा तुम्हारा चरण धोरी, तो न धोरी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्णा कृष्णा राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम Rama Rama Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Ram Hare Nitai Gorango Nitai Gorango Nitai Gorango Gora Hari Nitai Gorango Nitai Jaya Satchinandana Jaya Satchinandana Jaya Satchinandana Gora Hari Jai Satchinandana Hare Jaya Satchinandana Jaya Satchinandana Patita Pavana Gora Hare Jaya Satchinandana Patita Pavana Jaya Radha Radhanata Radha Radhanata Sri Radhe Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Gora Hari Jaya Gora Hari Gora Hari Jaya Gora Hari Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Jamshpal Paramsa Parivraj Kacharya Stottar Shata Srimat Divine Grace of Charnaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srilas Thakur ki jai. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasad Gaura Bhaktan ki jai. Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Chama Kundu Radha Kundu Giri Govardhan ki jai. Sri Sri Radha Radhanath ki jai. Sri Sri Giraj Govardhan ki jai. Sri Gaurhar ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chachunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanutam Cha Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Vachacha Desatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to all wonderful devotees of the Lord. Welcome for the morning satsang. Especially we got 3 devotees from New Zealand. Welcome. Abhinandan. This song written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and in the folk song, in the Bengal, the villagers also, they got the folk way, they make their own songs and the way they do the kirtan. Beautiful melody is there in Bengalis. We go to the villages and see them. So can you put the translation as it there? It gives the nectar of instruction. First verse, what it says? Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam, udaropastha vegam. 6 vegas. How to control that gives. And second one, what gives? Achara prayasasya. This is what are the defect in ours. Third one gives how we should perform the devotional service. Uchchan. And fourth verse, how devotee must have the association of the vital. In what mode, how we should do it. And that 4 verses, the first stanza gives that definition. Okay, read the translation number 1. Passion, that's it. Holy Asa. Dadami Pati Gunati Guyamakyati Prichad, that's the 4th one. Sankirtana.
Krishna is yours. You have power given to me. I am simply your servant running behind you shouting, Krishna! Krishna!
Ravindra. So, we can get the firm faith and advance in Krishna consciousness. Here also says, the third verse says, we need the association of Vaishnavas. No matter how much we are studying alone, it never gives any perfection in the life. Without the association of Vaishnavas, hearing, you read the fourth canto of the Bhagavatam. Huh? How Lord's explaining. Without the association of Vaishnavas, we don't know anything, but being in associating with the Krishna devotees, just attending the class, even if we don't understand, we understand so much knowledge. That's what Srila Prabhupada given in the classes. I already told a couple of times, no other organization organizes this type of classes, everyday Bhagavatam class. I know some of organizations like Ramakrishna missions nowadays, they are going for the everyday the Upanishad and all. What is the use? Unless you understand the intent, meaning of those teachings, there is no use. Do you agree? Yes, it's very nice to hear the mantras in Sanskrit. Huh? But what is the use of it? Just okay, it is sense gratification. Bhakti Siddhanta says it's just a sense gratification, nothing. And when you understand the meaning of that term, then it is got the purifying effect. Okay. Srila Prabhupada, that's why given every word with the translation and essence what is. So that we can understand when we take the association of Vaishnavas hearing it. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. So, Transcendental Diary, it's written by Harisori Prabhu. There are many devotees who are serving Srila Prabhupada. But for some few years, most of the time, highest long period, a devotee served Lord Srila Prabhupada is Harisori Prabhu. He is in Mayapur always, staying after he left America and staying in Mayapur, taking care of the Prabhupada archives. He opened a library. Also used to visit, still is visiting Prabhupada's family. Their youngest son, their requirement, anything. Under the management of JPS Maharaj and ISKCON, he goes there and taking care of the Prabhupada's family and Acharyas. Books, they're trying to procure all our Acharya books. They made a library in Calcutta. This is a Transcendental Diaries written by Harisori Prabhu, his personal experience, a personal servant of Srila Prabhupada. In Mayapur, during the festival time, he used to take the Prabhupada Bhagavat. 7 days he used to take it. Nowadays, because his health also not good, but last year I found it improved quite a lot. What is that disease called? It's shaking always. What do you call it? Now it is stopped. I say, so told him, Prabhu, you look better now. Yes, I am taking medicine. That's a very nice, wonderful, lovely devotees. He wrote it. The pastime related to the Hyderabad temple in South India. The where Prabhupada acquired the land. One Mataji, Narayani Mataji. That was the prime area. To get a piece of land, that area, even now also, not easy. Abbott Circle, center of the, like in Delhi we call Connaught Place Center. In Hyderabad also Abbott Circle Center, that is a very prime area of the city it is, Hyderabad city. There he got the Prabhupada somehow got the land. And one Mataji, Narayani, she had an agriculture farm. She has given this place as a donation to ISKCON. When she attended Prabhupada lectures and she got the blessings of Prabhupada. And yeah. August 19th, 1976, Hyderabad. Today the Vyasa Puja day of 80th birthday anniversary of Srila Prabhupada. We all are fasting for half a day, but unfortunately Prabhupada also fasting. Anyway, when disciples fast, Guru also fasts. But they had so much love for Prabhupada that said, no, you can take, we will fast it. But that day Prabhupada's health was not good, was coughing too much, so he was unable to take any breakfast even. So automatically he is fasting. He had only a very small amount of fruit for breakfast and simply khichdi and yogurt for the lunch. Prabhupada's favorite item, khichdi. As soon as I got up this morning, he says that, Harisori Prabhu says, I thought about what to offer him. Vyasa Puja day, everybody is writing their offerings, but he didn't do it. Pushti Krishna Swami, that time he was also GBC South Africa. Jai Sri Radha Radhanath ki jai. Sri Sri Gaur Hari ki jai. Sri Raj Govardhan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada. Swami returned a Vyasa Puja offering as a Prabhupada secretary. That is included in the Vyasa Puja book. Harisori Prabhu was a servant, but Pushti Krishna was secretary, taking all the correspondence. But I was not aware of that. I could have also done the same. So there is nothing from me in it. I thought that perhaps I should try to do something special for His divine grace. But I thought it might interfere in my regular service. And anyway, I am already serving Srila Prabhupada 24 hours a day. How much dedication they had to Prabhupada. Now any servant serve their Guru with that dedication? All the Prabhupada's disciples' success depends because of this dedication to Guru. One should, we cannot talk to Guru, Krishna, but we can talk to Guru. That's why scripture says that Lord Krishna in the 11th canto, what he says, Acharya mam vidani tanav manena karichit namartya buddha suyeta sarva deva mayo guru. Lord Krishna's final instruction to Uddhava says, understand the Acharya, me, I am the Acharya. As I said a couple of times, the fourth type of Guru, when you come to first ISKCON, somebody devotee guiding, is called Patha Pradarshak Guru or Bhartma Guru. Then initiating Guru we call Diksha Guru. Sometimes we get instruction in absence of Guru, many instruction on spiritual life. It is called Shiksha Guru. The Super Soul also acts as our director, so is called Chaitya Guru. Super Soul always giving guidance to us, but we are not in a position to receive because we are in a mode of passion and ignorance. When completely in the pure mode of goodness, whatever the Super Souls say, we can receive. So the same Super Soul, scripture says, he appears as a Guru to give instruction to the disciple externally. Internally, Lord gives us directions, but externally, Guru gives physical direction to the devotee to advance in the spiritual life. That's a service. But only by service one can please. Prabhupada received Gargamuni and Jayapataga. They used to be in Mayapur. For a brief moment in the room before taking his breakfast, they had just arrived from Mayapur and Prabhupada was pleased to see them. Prabhupada had a serious interest in developing the Mayapur project. It was not so easy. We see all the Prabhupada, how he was respectful, but how much suffering he undergone, we don't see. If you understand it, we have to read Prabhupada Leelamrut. Also, Conversations of Srila Prabhupada, there 26 volumes are there. Only they published once, after that they are not publishing. I don't know why. But each and every word Prabhupada spoke, the devotees, the disciples used to record, compiled as a book. The 26 volumes are there. The Bengal Communist Party at the time, up to 1968, there was a favorable government, Congress government. From 68 to 72 March, it was Naxalite, you can say it, governor rule. That time I was in that operation, that's why I know. It was very fearful to go on the road even. That's why we have to have a permanent firing order. Every soldier will have in the pocket. If anybody try to stop you or your vehicle, you can shoot him without warning. Permanently signed by the authorities. This was the rule in the British time. They invoked that act, and every soldier was already, they can shoot, no court can interfere in that shooting. It was a written order. That was situation. You cannot imagine what time they will attack you and kill you and bomb you. Bomb you like horrible, like hell it was those days. In that situation, atmosphere, proper disciples were working, just imagine. So, Prabhupada was pleased when the sannyasis showed him, who were the sannyasis, Gargamuni was also sannyasi, Jayapatak Swami, Bhavanand Maharaj, all used to be in Mayapur project. The farewell article which was published in Anand Bazar Pratik newspaper, very famous in Bengal, a Calcutta newspaper with a circulation of 500,000 copies, Prabhupada said that gradually people all over the world would appreciate this movement. Particularly interested to hear that Bhavanand Maharaj, now is the Prabhu, had invited the members of the Communist Party to come to visit Mayapur. Prabhupada asked what was the reaction. Communists, they don't. ISKCON wanted to have the big property land. Jayapatak Swami Maharaj, you can see, I don't know how many of you gone throughout the land of ISKCON in Mayapur. If you go around, you get tired. You can't reach one end to another end. It's more than 2,000 acres. That is, big land. Even now also, many times the Bengalis from the city come and visit project. How did the ISKCON got so much land? Because in Bengal those days, government land ceiling act is there, still it is throughout the country. One cannot have more than 60 acres of the land. And they got so much, that's why people say, how did they get it? So, Prabhupada, communist people that time, 76 part-time, 76 March and on, Jyotibas was 76 April he became chief minister. It was communist, hardcore communist party. They don't want give land to any organization. So Gargamuni answered that they were little bit envious because Mayapur becoming very popular among the local level people. We get 5,000 now for the prasadam. Every day 5,000 people used to come for the prasadam. And even the Congress leaders, they come and eat with the people and they are very much satisfied. Prabhupada asked Jayapatak Swami, he has been traveling into the villages. Jayapatak Swami, how many of you have seen him? There's such a person, American, but when he was young, he came to Mayapur, just was 20, 21 years, 20 years age at that time. And 1970, Prabhupada said, Jayapatak, I'll give you sannyas tomorrow. 1947, how much? 22 years age he got sannyas. And he is American. He applied for the Indian citizenship. One MP in Pune, I said, everybody want to become an American citizen. Why American want Indian citizenship? Prabhupada said, you don't know who is he. So that's why if you go to Mayapur, all the disciples and all the devotees say, JPS Maharaj, incarnation of Nityananda Prabhu. All the Bengalis they say. It's so famous in the villages because he learned Bengali, being an American, fluently writes a book also. Even now also his health is not good, still speaks Bengali. He learned Bengali, used to go to the village riding on the bicycle, those days no money. Bicycle, whatever they collect money, Sankirtan used to put in the construction. They used to go village to village in the bicycle and preaching in the villages. That's why when Prabhupada heard that, he was selling up the 700 Gita Jnana a day books in Bengali. He was even happier when he heard that all the publicity was generating, was attracting more and more people to come to visit to the Mayapur site. Recently, anybody gone to Mayapur last year, couple of years? Now Mayapur is a tourist place. Previously, when we used to go in 90s, beginning of 2000s also, we can get accommodation. Now difficult. Because tourist place online, everybody book. If you go single, you don't get. You have to be very careful. You must take a letter from the temple president. Otherwise, single, they don't get. Because that is police instruction. Now, because tourist place, the guest house, we have to follow the rules of the police department. If you take that letter from the temple that you are a full-time devotee, they will give, otherwise difficult. Because of the special programs scheduled for the Vyasa Puja, Prabhupada asked sannyasi to give some more detail after the puja. The devotees held a kirtan in the temple room in anticipation of the moment when a divine grace will come down and join them. They were doing the kirtan. It was a rare opportunity to be able to worship him in person. Other than the Vyasa Puja, everybody worship the photo. But on the day, everybody, all the disciples get to worship Guru physically. That's why glorifying. The devotees and sannyas stepped forward to wash his feet, while Sampath Kumar Bhattacharya and his Bangalore contingent chanted the various mantras in praise of him. Yashodanandana Swami led us in Guru Puja and Pushpanjali, the offering of flowers. He chanted aloud Srila Prabhupada Pranam Mantra 3 times as we all responded, then culminating a cry of Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. We showered a handful of flowers, petals, at Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet. The ceremony is completed. Prabhupada asked Harikesh Maharaj to read from the Vyasa Puja book. He stood at the microphone and read out the submissions of Tamal Krishna Goswami, Brahmananda Swami, Gopal Krishna Prabhu, and then allowed Sri Sampath Kumar Bhattacharya to step forward to the mic and make his own offerings. Sampath Kumar was an animated speaker, punctuating his words with rhythmic chants as he enthusiastically lauded Srila Prabhupada and his movement. The audience clapped several times. And then on Prabhupada's request, Harikesh got up again. This time Prabhupada had him read out the names of every ISKCON center in the book. He wanted that because there was big congregation, a big number of people attending the Vyasa Puja, to impress them that, oh, ISKCON got centers in so many centers in the world. Gargamuni took in turn, included the glorification, some extremely favorable book reviews, gleaned by the members of the library party he manages from the professors in India. Prabhupada was very much pleased to see those glorifications, comments of the professors. Jayapataka Swami completed the eulogies emphasizing how Srila Prabhupada was successfully defeating the Mayavadis and impersonalists by preaching the glories of Lord Krishna, Supreme Person. Jayapataka Swami said that his achievements were the proof that Srila Prabhupada directly empowered by Lord Himself, and that anyone seeking a bona fide spiritual master in order to find their way out of material entanglement and attain Krishna Prema should know that there is no other guide than Srila Prabhupada. Oh, how nicely glorifying Srila. Although he is better before us, he concluded, we cannot understand his greatness. Neither we can estimate it by our minds or intelligence. But we must know for certain that his mercy and his power is unlimited, because he has fully dedicated himself under the lotus feet of Sri Radha Krishna. See, we can see Prabhupada, ISKCON centers are throughout the world, more than 900 temples it is. What is this? It's all Prabhupada's effulgence, we can say, Prabhupada's Shakti. So long as we keep Prabhupada in the center of every activity, the ISKCON will remain united and keep on glorifying. The moment we keep it separate, then problem. There's some time back there used to be a my Guru. No, only my Prabhupada. All Gurus are just ambassador to Prabhupada. No separate identity. Then Srila Prabhupada spoke. Given the number of guests present, he explained first why he occupied his impressive throne-like seat. He said there are two regions. The Vyasasana means the seat of Vyasa, which the representative of Vyasa is allowed to sit on, and Vyasa Puja, the worship offered to representative of Vyasa on his birthday. He went on to describe the importance of the Guru. Now I must explain my position, because in these days, a person being worshipped as the most exalted personality is something revolution, especially those days in Calcutta, Bengal. Because of the Maoism, students were spreading the Mao philosophy with communists. Communists also, one is a soft nature is there, which we call communist part of India. Other is the Mao philosophy, leftist we call it. They are hardcore people. There is no compromise for them. That's why Srila Prabhupada says. Now I must explain my position, because in these days a person being worshipped as the most exalted personality is something revolution. Because they like the democracy, by vote somebody should be elevated, however rascal he may be. But our system, Guru Parampara system, is different. Our system, if you don't accept the Vedic knowledge through Guru Parampara system, it is useless. It was such a situation in Bengal that the communist students, all students of Calcutta University, they burned their whole university library in 1969. It is. Can you imagine? That the whole philosophy, they brainwashed all the students. Those Calcutta was in horrible state from you can say even Jyotiba's time peaceful, but Communist Party. That acceptance, he said, meant presenting the things as they were given in the Vedas, even though they may appear contradictory. So Prabhupada is trying to say that the instructions, what is said by the Gurus, is in line with the Vedas. Sometimes Vedic instructions look like a contradictory. Vishopanishad say, Lord is the third verse, says, tad dure tadantike. Lord is very, very far away. Lord is also very near to you. Can you accept it? This is a contradictory statement. You find in the Upanishad many. So that's why Prabhupada says that it looks like contradictory. He described how the stool of an ordinary animal is contaminated, and if touched, one has to immediately take bath. But that according to the Vedas, the stool of the cow is pure and used in the performance of sacrifice. So it appears contradictory, the Vedic injunction. But still we accept it because it is a Vedic order. That is acceptance of Vedas. Just like Bhagavad Gita, there are so many rascals, they've cut short, I like this, I don't like this. No. Arjuna says, Sarvam etad ritam manye. That is understanding of Vedas. And Prabhupada writes in the Bhagavad Gita that you cannot accept some part of his good, I accept some part. No, you accept in total. Either reject it or you accept in total, not part. That is understanding of Vedas. If a rascal makes cutting, I don't like this. I interpret, this is not Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita means you have to accept as it is. That is Bhagavad Gita. We are presenting therefore Bhagavad Gita as it is. Anyone who does not come through the parampara system, if he presents any interpretation of Vedic literature, it is useless. It has no meaning. Yoga nashta parantapa. You cannot interpret on the words of God. That is very important. We may try to explain the meaning of that verse of the scriptures. Scriptures are the words of the Lord. Lord's breathing is the verse. And every scripture you can find in the 6th canto, 2nd chapter, 1st verse, when the servants of Yamaraj asked, what is the Veda? Yamaraj said that word spoken by the Lord is the Veda. That's why Lord's instruction, king's orders cannot be disobeyed. And that's why the way Veda's instruction, which are nothing but Lord Sri Krishna's order, cannot be interpreted or cannot be disobeyed. He said that to accept Krishna means to accept his representative. Somebody may envy that this position as sophisticated some disciples, and they are offering prayers and puja. No, it is the system. Don't envy. Acharya mam vidanita na amanena karichid. Acharya is the representative of God. Yasya prasadat bhagat prasad. If you offer prayers, honor to the Acharya, then Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is pleased. To please him, you have to please his representative. If you love me, you love my dog. That's what last stanza in the Guru Ashtakam in the morning we recite. Yasya prasadat bhagat prasado. We sing every day. Yasya prasadan na gati kutopi. Jayam stuvam tasya yasya pranit. So we have to take mercy of Guru. Either one has to accept that the mercy of Krishna. If you don't have that understanding, we won't progress or advance in the spiritual life. Prabhupada said that although Krishna himself said that Acharya should be accepted as himself, still an observer may think, why? I see that he is a man. His sons call him father, or he looks like a man. So why he should be as good as God? Because he speaks as a God speaks, that's all. It does not make any change. As to why one should accept a guru, he said that since the world is full of rascals, it requires many gurus to teach them the science of the spirit soul, thus deliver them. informing his admirers and inquisitive onlookers that a guru is not a magician. He humbly submitted his claim as a guru and invited them to emulate his work according to their capacity. So, Prabhupada says, practically I have done this. People are giving me credit that I have done miracles, but my miracle is that I carried the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yara dekha tare kaha Krishna Upadesh. That is the greatness of Prabhupada. Never took any credit for himself. As I always said, it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mercy. Or he said, my Guru Maharaj mercy. Other third one he said, it is you people have done it. He given the credit to disciples or Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Krishna, never took the credit on himself. That is, we have to learn it. If something happens good, we should give the credit to spiritual master. Something bad upon done with us, we should take credit for that one. Not that credit I keep it, something wrong give to Guru, no. He concluded, Srila Prabhupada concluded with a sincere and humble request. Vedic culture means the evolutionary process. We come to the human form of life. Here is the chance of stopping transmigration of the soul from one body to another. This is very important instruction for us. The Prabhupada stresses in Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 6th canto, and next of instruction this stresses. Human form of the life gives an opportunity for the living entity to go back home to Godhead. We don't belong here. Every living entity comes from the spiritual world. When we came, how we came, we don't know. But how we can go back, that in our hand it is. Golokameva nivasatya kilatma bhuto Govinda purusham tamaham bhajami. Brahma says, all the living entity coming from the spiritual world. We came. Finally, Lord, out of causeless mercy, gives the jiva, the human body. Lord says in the 11th canto that so that they can engage in my service and come back to me. The purpose of human form of life is only to, Prabhupada like that, to engage in devotional service to the lotus feet of Radha Krishna and go back to spiritual world. That is the perfection of life. In the next of instruction, you can read it. Prabhupada says again and again, what is the perfection of life? The same is also spoken in the 11th canto. Avadhutopakhyanikama. To cheers and applause, Srila Prabhupada gracefully stepped down from the Vyasasana, thanked Sampath Kumar and his men for the attendance and support, and returned to his room as the devotees conducted an enthusiastic kirtan. What is the time? Okay, only 3 minutes. With two of the Indian journal GBCs here and there was a discussion about the disturbing report that some so-called devotees presently visiting India are dealing with the drugs. They are telling that the people who are dealing with the drugs, they are giving big donation to the temple, so we can accept it. Prabhupada didn't like it because it would tarnish the good name of ISKCON. That's why immediately call the GBCs who are there, immediately make them to write a strict warning to all the temples that from now on nobody should engage it. Sometimes the devotee says that, no, Ramanujacharya also did it. No, we cannot compare with Ramanujacharya. He is the incarnation of a Balram, Lakshmana. We cannot incur a divine personality. But we are not the divine personality. So, Prabhupada, it is a Kali Yuga again. So we have to be very cautious. I heard someone devotee saying in the class, oh, but Ramanujacharya also said. I said, are you Ramanujacharya? There was a discussion about the disturbing this one. Harikesh Maharaj brought it to Prabhupada's attention in Bombay, and needless to say, Prabhupada very disturbed. Harikesh Maharaj stressed on this point that is not a good. Huh? Then then they wrote a very strict warning. Jayapataka Swami Maharaj was working sincerely since the last festival in order to get government authorization for acquisition of 350 acres of the land for Mayapur project. They approached Chief Minister Siddhartha Shankar Ray. I don't know. This should be before 1972. Siddhartha Shankar Ray was the governor. He was Chief Minister of there. But after maybe the old discussion, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj was submitting to Srila Prabhupada. Jayapataka Swami Maharaj said that when they approached to Chief Minister Siddhartha Shankar Ray, Siddhartha Shankar Ray told that the British East India Company first came to India, they applied for the only 20 acres of the land. And they got permission after they ruled the country. Now you are asking for the 300 acres of land. So that time the period was not a good period those days. Right? I was there in the situation, Calcutta, I seen it. So there was anti-American feeling throughout the country. What happened in 1965 war also America helped fighter jets and tanks to Pakistan to attack India. And America and Britain always wanted to somehow Pakistan should defeat India. Even now also you can see financially military help does to America and Britain. Now Britain gone bankrupt. I don't think they are giving. But they did. In the 1971 war, when finally they lost but one day of the war, 16 December, America has nothing to do with India. But they sent a 7th fleet, nuclear armed fleet, to attack India. They were coming to the Bay of Bengal to attack India. They given the warning. Indian government said, no, we can't fight to be two, but we oppose it. But luckily Russia protected. Otherwise India would have been zero that time. Okay. So because that attitude whereby America has nothing to do with India, they sent their warship to attack India. Whole of Indian public were quite dead against American. That was movement, those who are in America, Bengal, anywhere in India, they know it. They're like a completely, they don't want, somewhere there was strikes that closed down American, in Calcutta there were strikes, shut down the American embassy, American Information Center in the Dharamtala street, it is there. There are big strike and stone throwing also, that shut down it. We don't want American here. That was the situation when they applied for the land. So Indian government was looking at that. These are white people who are coming. For them everybody is American. They are agents of the CIA. Even officially communicated. In this one also written. So because of that feeling, they were not at all ready, not favorable. But one officer, Chaudhary, was helping. Our plan to gone through all the lower departments, but then about a month ago, they received a negative response from Siddhartha Shankar Rai, who was Chief Minister. He told Jayapataka, I would have refused this application except for the impassioned appeal of my senior officer, Mr. Chaudhary, was somehow very much inclined for the proper ISKCON. They are asking for 300 acres of the land. But East India Company took only 20 acres of land and they ruled India for 200 years. It means they taken 300 years, what you want to do? Prabhupada raised his eyebrow a little. He commented that rule of East India Company was political. Even if we rule, we shall rule spiritually. We have nothing to do with the politics. Okay? So wonderful pastimes are there. that time up, you stop here. Any comment? Welcome. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Leelamrut doesn't give so elaborate, but because the diary, so Hariswar Prabhu giving more elaborate. Prabhupada was establishing the ISKCON